Good afternoon. So, my name is Priya Garg, and today I will be presenting on the list of bailable and non bailable offences related to the crime against the women. So, in order to understand the categorization of bailable and non bailable offences, we first need to know the meaning of bailable and non bailable offences, like what are bailable offences and what are non bailable offences. So, as the word itself suggests, a bail to the accused person can be granted by the police officer after depositing a bail bond with that officer. Under these bailable offences, a person can directly go and submit the bail bond to the police officer and ask for the bail. So the nature of these kind of offences are not very much serious, and the prior permission of the magistrate is not required in case of some cases rare, and these cases are rarest of rare cases, and the court is still is at the discretion under these kind of bailable offences to reject the bail if the circumstances or the seriousness of the cases required so. So now let's move on to non-bailable offences. So non-bailable offences are those offences which are very serious in nature, and under these offences the bail cannot be granted by the police officer directly. The application for the bail shall be filed before the magistrate with the help of a criminal lawyer who is conducting the trial. The application after being filed is usually listed on the next day. On such day, the application will be heard, and the police shall also present the accused in the court. The magistrate may pass orders as he thinks fit. So this is all about bailable and non-bailable offences. Now I have prepared a list of all the offences or crime against the women, and I have also mentioned their section and whether those offences are bailable and non-bailable offences. So you can have a look. The first one is acid attack, which is mentioned under section 326A and 326B IPC, and this offence is non-bailable. And the next one is rape, which is mentioned under section 376 of IPC, which is also non-bailable. And the rape which result in the death or the persistent vegetative state of a woman, which is mentioned under section 376A of IPC, is a non-bailable offence again. Now, the rape of a woman under 12 years of age, mentioned under section 376AB, is also a non-bailable offence. And the offence of sexual intercourse by husband upon his wife during the period of separation is mentioned under section 376B, is a bailable offence. And the sexual intercourse by a person in authority, the person is in authority as the word itself suggests here, the police officer and any person like who is particularly taking care of you and in the official power of doing that particular job is the person considered here in authority, so which is mentioned under section 376 of IPC. And this offense and the offense done by such person in authority is a non-bailable offense. And the offense of gang rape, which is mentioned under section 376D of IPC, is also a non-bailable offense. And the gang rape on a woman under 16 years of age, which is mentioned under further categorization of section 376DA, is a non-bailable offense. Now, the gang rape on a woman under 12 years of age, which is also the further categorization of the section 373(6) DB, is a non-bailable offense. And the repeated offenders are the ones who used to do these kind of offenses one after the other, or who was previously convicted for any such kind of offense. The categories of these offenders is mentioned under section 376E IPC, and this offence is also non-bailable. And the offence of kidnapping, which is mentioned under section 363 IPC, is a bailable offence. And the kidnapping or abducting a woman to compel her marriage or to cause her defilement, etc., like to force her to do marriage or to stop her from entering into a marriage, which is mentioned under section 366 of IPC, is a non-bailable offence. And the procuration of a minor girl mentioned under section 366A is a non-bailable offence. and the importation of a girl from foreign country, which is mentioned, which is the further categorization of section 366b, is a non-bailable offense again. And the selling or letting to hire a minor girl for a purpose of prostitution or any such work mentioned under section 372 of IPC is also a non-bailable offense. The act of murder mentioned under section 302 IPC is a non-bailable offense again. The offense of dowry death mentioned under 304B is a non-bailable offense. Abetment of suicide mentioned under 306B is a non-bailable offense. The causing of miscarriage, if any person does any such act which result in the miscarriage of a woman, is mentioned under section 312, and this offense is a bailable offense. And causing miscarriage without women's consent, like women is not aware about her miscarriage, so this is the further categorization, which is the separate section for this is section 313 of IPC, and this offense is non-bailable again. The cruelty by husband or his relative mentioned under section 498A is a non-bailable offense. Now, the outraging the modesty of women, which is mentioned under section 354A, is a non-bailable offense, and we have been observing since past many years that these kind of crimes have been continuously increasing. So the sexual harassment is bailable offense mentioned under section 354A of IPC. And the assault on women with intent to disrobe a woman mentioned under section 354B is a non-bailable offense. Voyeurism mentioned under 354C is a bailable offense. Stalking mentioned under 354D is also a bailable offense. Word, gesture, or act intended to insult the modesty of a woman, which is mentioned under section 509 of IPC, is also a bailable offense. And the sexual harassment done by the relatives of a woman or of a girl, which is mentioned under section 509A of IPC, is a non-bailable offense. The sexual harassment by electronic modes, which is mentioned under section 509B of IPC, is also non-bailable offense. So basically, I have categorized all the offenses related to the women in this particular list, along with their sections and along with their nature, whether they are bailable or non-bailable. Okay, just wait. Okay, so IPC is the act which basically govern these kind of offenses. Other than the IPC, we also have few acts which are the special provisions which help in protecting the women and their society. Such acts are like Immoral Trafficking Prevention Act, Dowry Prohibition Act, Commission of Sati Prevention Act, the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act, Information Technology Act, the Prevention and Protection from Witch Hunting. Okay, I think you might be knowing about all the above mentioned acts, but I would like to bring in your notice about this particular act, the Prevention and Protection from Witch Hunting. Witch hunting is like, it is basically based on the superstitions of people, like many people in many states like Orissa, Assam, Jharkhand, they are of the mind that yeah, the witch exists or something like that, so they used to kill the women in that regard. So I have also heard a case where 9 people were given the death penalty last year for murdering 3 women of their family, as they thought that yeah, they were the witches or etc. So it was felt with the need that this is basically one heinous act being observed against the women. So there is a need to protect the women against such kind of heinous act. So this particular act is also there for the prevention and protection of women from any such kind of activities. And also the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act, the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act, etc. There are so many acts which are made in regard to protect the women in the society. As being the citizens, we can clearly see in the society that now itself in this particular century the women are not safe, like the society is not considered as a safe place for the women. So basically these acts act as a survivor, like they are trying to they are trying to provide protection to the women. So thank you.